Welcome to Michael's World. Tweet me your questions at RealTTUNews. Today we will be talking about a very important topic, one that affects the world as we know it: stupid liberal food trends. This includes gluten-free assholes in addition to vegans for the protection of animal rights. Let's clarify that the difference between a gluten-free person and a gluten-free asshole is that a gluten-free asshole is gluten-free for, quote, trendy health purposes. A gluten-free person is gluten-free for celiac disease and allergies. Let's begin by looking at some recent studies. According to a recent study on WebMD, people who are gluten-free for non-medical purposes are at an increased risk of harm. This is the result of reduced intake of heart-healthy whole grains a person needs to consume. On the other hand, people who are vegan are devoid of certain nutrients such as B12, calcium, iron, zinc, certain necessary fatty acids, and fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamins A and D. Coming up later in the show, I will have an exclusive sit-down interview with the president of Vegans for Trump, Mallory Mays. But first, let's go to the streets and talk to real people about how vegans and gluten-free assholes are affecting their American values and their daily lives. So, Chris, what are your thoughts on PETA?
PETA, I think they serve a purpose that's important. Politically, they can go a little bit too much, and some people don't like them and would characterize them as a bunch of animal, overly loving people, and they criticize meat eaters. I think that's a little over the top, but I can get behind stopping animal cruelty.
What do you think of vegans?
Vegans are the Toyota Camry of people. They're just bland.
What do you think of gluten-free assholes?
Gluten-free assholes are people who want to be gluten-free but just can't bring themselves to be gluten-free. So they say they are, just get the perks.
Do you believe the killing of animals for meat is justified?
Yes.
How do vegans affect your American values?
They don't. They stay in their lane, I stay in mine.
What are your thoughts on PETA?
I prefer wheat bread, but that's just me.
What do you think of vegans?
Well, I think vegans just care way too much about animals.
What do you think of gluten-free assholes?
I think that they just really don't need to be doing that. It's not healthy for them, and it's not healthy for the people that are actually celiac.
What are your thoughts on PETA?
You mean them people who love tasty animals? Man, I love eating me some tasty animal, like a good old steak. I live in America. See, I got that 32-ounce porterhouse in my house. Man, I'm gonna cook that medium rare. It's gonna be good. Put me some vegetables on the side. Might throw them to the dog.
What do you think of vegans?
Yeah, I don't much care about them vegetarians. They ain't too good. All they eat, them vegetables, they ruin them vegetable lives. That's just terrible. I mean, you need that oxygen to live, and if they taking it out of the ground, how am I supposed to breathe? You know what I'm saying? They ain't living no more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, an animal takes my oxygen. I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about taking them. Not at all.
Now let's welcome the president of Vegans for Trump, Mallory Mays. Mallory, welcome to the show.
Thanks. Happy to be here. Let's fuck this shit up and make America great again.
So, Mallory, why do you promote veganism in America?
Well, I support veganism in America because the government uses hormones in meat to manipulate the way Americans think. Hell, everyone knows that's how Hillary Clinton got 3 to 5 million people to illegally cross the border and vote for her. As my button says, big government sucks.
It is unproven that Hillary Clinton got 3 to 5 million illegal immigrants to vote for her.
Well, Michael, when you consider the hypothetical fact that alternative facts suggest that, in fact, 3 to 5 million people voted illegally. So, to prevent this manipulation from happening again, we must trust the fact provided by the government that 3 to 5 million people, in fact, illegally voted.
What?
Don't question me. It's not my fault that big government sucks. We must stop them from manipulating the American public.
Okay. While I still have you on the air, would you go ahead and tell me what you think about gluten-free assholes in America?
Well, I just think what you're calling gluten-free assholes are the result of anti-big government regulation on foods that we eat. So I support these patriots because big government sucks. Fuck yeah.
So, after what I've heard you say, it would not be crazy of me to conclude that Americans should be skeptical of anti-vegans and gluten-free asshole people, correct?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Big government sucks.
Thanks for coming to Michael's World. I'm Michael Masacchio, and this is TTU News. Fair, balanced, and totally fake.